Hi, I'm Chris Schwartz with Schwartz's Greenhouse, and we are dead serious about keeping your plants alive and thriving. So here at Schwartz's, we put our plants through rigorous testing. We know you're putting a lot of time and love into those plants, and we want them to perform just as well at your home as they do here. So, other garden centers could be doing this testing, but are they? In this video, I'm going to go through and show you exactly all the tests that we do here to make sure that those plants are up to Schwartz's quality standards. So we are going to do a pH test right now to see where the pH is on our soil. We have our handy HM digital pH meter here that we got from the very sophisticated science website Amazon.com. If you have city water from Detroit, your pH, if you test it to calibrate, should be around 7.2, 7.3, somewhere in there. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to take soil that we got from our plant earlier. We want to make sure that we know where the line is on the soil in our cup, because that we're going to have to put the same amount of water in twice as the same amount of soil that we use. So it's 1 part soil, 2 parts distilled water. You'll want to have a glass jar. You can dump this in here. We want to make sure we get all that soil in there. We're going to take our fancy distilled water from CVS Pharmacy. We're going to put 2 parts of this in there. So again, same amount of water as we did the soil. 1, and if my math is correct from here on high school, this would be 2. We're going to give it just kind of a quick swirl. We call this making the flurry. And then what we do is we wait 15 minutes here, and we're going to test our soil. We got to let that soil soak and kind of get those elements out so that we can test it. It's been 15 minutes. We're going to test our soil and see exactly where it is at. Most plants want to be between 5.8 and 6.2 when you test your pH. It's not always the rule, but it's the good general rule. Most plants will grow in that kind of pH area. And as I'm looking at my meter right now, it says that we are at 6.2, which is perfect for where we want to be. The other test that's very important is the EC test. So EC measures the fertilizer in the water. Again, our handy dandy HM digital EC reader at the very fancy website, Amazon.com. You can buy one of these for your house. For when you have your finished products, you're going to want to have an EC probably around 1.5 to 2.5. When I say 1.5 to 2.5. That's going to be your millisiemens, and that's going to be how much salt is in the fertilizer going into the plant. Plants are like babies, and humans, we don't want to eat too much, because if we do, we end up laying on the couch real lazy, and we don't want to eat not enough because then we get hangry. So 1.5 to 2.5, that's the reading that we're looking for those homegrown plants. We're in our prop area, so these are going to be a little bit less because obviously we don't feed babies as much as I eat, but we got to turn our fancy injector on here. Opens up the water to the injector. We've got to turn this off. We've got to turn this on. It's a mad sequence to get to where we're going, but I promise it's gonna work. All right, so now we've got to run the water in our hose. Again, if you have city water, it's gonna be around that 0.25 mark. Once that fertilizer gets in there, you're gonna see the reading go up. So right now we've kind of put in our fertilizer into the line. We're gonna test our fertilizer. Solid 0.93, showing that fertilizer has arrived for the babies. So here at Schwartz's, it's very crucial for us to monitor any pest situation that might be on any of the plants, because we want nice, clean, happy plants when they go to your home. So we take care of all the problems here. In order to do that, we have these fancy, high-tech yellow sticky cards that bugs will then jump onto, because actually bugs prefer the color yellow, which is why they're yellow. We then monitor these usually every 5 to 7 days. I take my fancy magnifying glass here and I go through each of these fancy squares on this yellow card, and I see if there's anything on there. And right now we have a nice, super clean card that we love to see here at Schwartz's, meaning that these Schwartz's quality plants are primed for your home. And after all these rigorous tests, we know that this plant is at Schwartz's quality standards so that it can go to your home and perform the best it possibly could. Follow us on social media so that you're the first to know that exact opening date. As of right now, we know it's mid to late April, but with Michigan weather, you never know. Like and subscribe.